Hey everybody, it's Thursday, March 30th, 2017. It's time for another Dukes of Dice Daily. This is Sean from the Dukes of Dice podcast. And if you give me 10 minutes, I'll give you 10 minutes of some board game content, I guess. So, hey, welcome back to another one of our daily vlogs, or at least Monday through Friday. Real quick, I want to kind of show off something that just came in the mail. This was a Kickstarter fulfillment. I'm going to see if I can hold this up without the glare. This is the second pack of games, and there's a couple others here. Kind of hard to see with that glare, the packaging on. But this is from Perplex, Chris Handy. We got to look at 6 of these from when they were doing the Kickstarter. We did a preview of them, and fantastic little games. I've talked about them on the podcast before. They're all these little gum-size packs, and all of the cards are these little, they're like sticks of gum, like little small sticks of gum. So, there's a ton of game packed into these little things. All of them have 3 letters. So there's Boo, So, Spy, Box, Dig, Rum, Jim, Orc, and then we got Nut and Woo, or I guess to woo someone. So yeah, these are pretty cool. We have the first pack of games too. Raquel loves these things. She keeps them. She has some of the pack 1 in her purse, and she keeps those around, and all of a sudden she'll be like, hey, let's play a game. We were at mentioned this on the podcast a couple weeks ago, we were at a movie theater waiting for our movie to start, and we were playing out on the bench one of the games. So something cool, just wanted to show you what just came in. So awesome. All right, well, what I wanted to talk about today was, this is going to be a Kickstarter day, but then yesterday, Jamie Stegmaier kind of ruined that for me. Because he put out his monthly newsletter. Here it is, the April 2017 update, and some amazing stuff in here. I would say that if you are not subscribed to this newsletter, you should go over to StoneMaier.com. Is it StoneMaier.com? I think it's StoneMaier.com, and go check that out. But he is announcing a new expansion, the second expansion for Scythe. This is called the Wind Gambit, and it's actually going to include, okay, wait, let's just take a look. Take a minute there, look at that. Awesome airship with Jacob's art. Oh, it looks really cool. So this has 2 different modules. It has the airships modules. And here's something that's really cool. If you look here, this came from Kai Stark, who was a fan over in the Facebook fan page. So this is something that he kind of thought of, and Jamie ran with it. He, gives him full credit, and it's really cool. So players are going to get some airships. Oh, look at these. Here's some new cards here. There's some linked abilities of these airships. Oh, this art is just gorgeous. Here is some conceptual design for the airships. So everyone's going to get 1 new airship. Airships can move on land. They can move on sea. You can even move initially. They can move over different land spaces initially at the start of the game. They start in your home area. I'm very excited for these airships. So we'll see 1 for each faction in their player color on these clear plastic stands. They look a little bit like the GW flying stands, the Games Workshop ones. So that's cool. And then there's also another module, the resolution tiles, and there's 8 of them, and you'll use 1 of them. And what they're going to do is they're going to have the game end in a different way. So like this one here, Factory Explosion, says the first player to place their 5th star, not 6, on the Triumph track gains $5 and completes their turn. Continue playing until each player has taken 2 more turns. At the end of the final turn, the factory explodes, forcing all units at the... is it forcing? I can't read that. Forcing all units at the factory and the 6 adjacent territories to retreat to their home bases. It goes on a little bit more, but that's just a cool way that the game can end in a slightly different manner. So, very excited for this. Again, I'm a big fan of Scythe. It was my top game of 2016, Alex's top game of 2016. So, very excited for this. Can't wait to check that out. All right. Well, let's wrap this up with some board game March Madness with a spillover into April Armageddon. So, yesterday, we had matches 3 and 4 of round 1. It was the Godfather versus 7th Continent, and the final tally was 31-12 in favor of 7th Continent. So 7th Continent will be moving on, and we're going up against Charterstone in the second round. So congrats to the 7th Continent. All right. And then the 4th matchup yesterday was Pandemic Legacy Season 2 versus Keyper. Keyper. Okay. Pandemic Legacy took home 31 votes to Keyper's 11. So Pandemic Legacy will be advancing, and it will be going up against Yokohama in round 2. All right. But let's look at the matchups. And by the way, thanks everyone for voting out there. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's look at the matchups for today. So we have Near and Far versus Origins, or I guess Chronicles 1 Origins. Let me look here on the bracket. It looks like we're talking about the number 5 seed versus the number 12 seed. All right, so let's talk a little bit, very briefly, about these games. Near and Far is from Red Raven Games, designed and art done by Ryan Lockett. And this is a sequel to Above and Below, which makes sense just from that title. And this is where you are exploring this lost city, you're exploring this world of ruins, and you have these characters, and you're acquiring these characters much like you would in Above and Below. And what's cool is there are these linked games. You have these different maps, and different scenarios are gonna play out from one map to the next. So you've got a storytelling element like you had in Above and Below. You've also got this linked campaign play. Your different characters can get upgrades over time. I did kickstart this, very excited for this. All right, next is Chronicles 1 Origins. This is from Atana, I believe. And this is a Rob Daviau legacy game. And it's part of the Chronicles series. So this is the very beginning of history, right? This is, or prehistory, I guess. You are taking the role of a Stone Age tribe. You're trying to have them expand, explore. It's not quite a 4X, I don't think. There's some worker placement elements here. You're trying to build up these city-states. Lots of cool stuff here. There's been a delay. It was supposed to be on Kickstarter a while back, I think. Whether or not this is actually a 2017 game, I don't know, but the excitement for it's still high nonetheless. So, if you would be so kind as to go into the comments below and pick either Near and Far or Origins, Chronicles 1 Origins, and just put that in the comment for whichever one you would like to vote for. Just a reminder, we are going to be doing a giveaway of whichever game wins overall, is the most anticipated game of 2017. So every time you vote, and it's, well, every day that you vote, you'll be getting an entry. So that's going to be up to like 9 or 10 entries somewhere in there, depending how the math works out. I will say, don't go back and vote on previous days. Once I've released this video, I've closed the voting. So, but anyway, so Near and Far or Chronicles 1 Origins. All right, the next matchup is Yamatai versus Feudum. And just right there on the screen, that is some bright, flashy art. Beautiful. Let's go over to the bracket to see where these two are. It looks like Yamatai is number 7 and Feudum is ranked number 10. Okay, so let's talk about these games. First, Yamatai is from Days of Wonder. It's a Bruna Cathala game, and some have said it, and I've kind of said it. I read the rules when this first came out. It's kind of a spiritual successor to Five Tribes in a lot of ways, and I love Five Tribes. And here you're going to be collecting these ships and kind of creating these route networks, something like that. And looks really interesting, looks beautiful. Days of Wonder typically blow me away, so I'm very excited for Yamatai, great design pedigree. Okay, and then Feudum. That is some psychedelic art. That looks almost like an Adventure Time style of art. So Feudum has some action programming. It has some area influence. There's also some hand management. And it's supposed to be kind of a heavier game. So we're talking like medium heavy. I think Jamie Stegmaier, who had played it, said it's kind of the same way as like a Tricarian. And it looks fantastic. That art is just so different from a lot of what we see in board games, especially for heavy medium style games. So definitely go check out more about both of these games. In the comments, go ahead and make your vote, Yamatai or Feudum. And one of these will advance to round 2. All right. Well, again, thanks everyone for participating. I've really enjoyed everyone that's been voting. It's fun to tally it up, and didn't have any close ones today, right? It was somewhere like 30 to 10 for both of them. Wasn't quite the nail biter that Yokohama and I'm blanking on the other one were the other day. Tiny Bequest, that's what it was. So, but yeah, this is a lot of fun. Really appreciate it. If you guys would be so kind as to maybe share the posts. I put on Facebook, Twitter to promote it. Just we'll have some fun with this. All right. Okay, guys. Well, until next time, this is Sean, and I'll catch you later.